Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Snowbreak. Now in today's video, what I want to do is go over every single 5-star character and talk about the neurotics that you guys want to focus on first of all. Now yes, you are able to unlock every single neurotic for your character as you level up. However, early on it is important that you focus on certain ones to just progress and help your characters deal a lot more better damage. And there is level requirements for each neurotic. Now you can unlock one anytime, but you have to be at level 30, then level 40, level 20, level 30, level 40, level 50, level 60. So I believe once you get to level 60, level 70, you should be able to unlock every single one of the neurotics. But I've unlocked 2 so far, and my character is at level 30. So this is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So yeah, 70 I think. I might be wrong about that. But to unlock the next neurotic, I need to be at level 40. So there is a level requirement. You can't unlock every single neurotic, so it is important that you focus on the specific ones that will help you guys deal extra damage at that stage. So this is going to be important. I will be going over every single 5-star character, even the limited Kaguya character. So this is going to be important in terms of building your units and which one you should focus on. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I should be doing the same thing for 4-star characters in the future as well. So yeah, go ahead and like the video. This is going to be an extensive video because this is going to be important that I look at every single part of the neurotics and give you the best options for early on. So hopefully you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak, and if you guys don't want to miss out on future content in the game, make sure you are subscribed and make sure that post notification is on. So make sure you click the bell icon so that you guys get notified when I make a new video on the game. And if you guys find this video helpful, which you should, then go ahead and click the like button. And in today's video we're gonna have a like goal of 50, so you guys do your thing. I already know how amazing you guys are, so yeah, go ahead and smash that like button, and hopefully, like I said, this video is useful. So first character we're going to talk about is going to be Fanny, because that's who I have, and I can say I made a mistake with her neurotic, but luckily you can actually reset, which is good. So it's not like you're going to be breaking your account if you make this mistake, but you will need to use the reset stuff. So in terms of the neurotic that you want to focus on, first of all, you can actually go over to the skills, and you'll see on the right side, these are all the neurotic stuff. So you can see there are 6. So yes, in terms of what you want to focus on, since she is going to be your damage dealer, so Fanny is a damage dealer with supportive roles as well. So what you need to be buffing up, or what you need to be unlocking, is essentially this chosen. So this one, basically the effect, this neurotic, the effect of the chosen one strengthens the full squad. So if you take a look at the chosen, Fanny encourages her teammates and increases the rate of fire of the operative on field by 24% for 8 seconds. Now this is kind of annoying, especially when you can only use it for that one character that you have on field. However, now that you have unlocked this neurotic ability, which basically allows the chosen to now strengthen the full squad, this is absolutely amazing. Now she's now a good supportive character to the entire squad. Now the other one I specifically unlocked was this one. However, you don't necessarily need to do that one. However, it does increase her damage basically because she is an electric character, so being able to increase the electric damage is going to be quite nice for her. But you can also go ahead and get this instead, the second one, and for the standard skill. So when on the crown of Thorn states, defeating an enemy will immediately accumulates 10 mercy wick. So this is also good. When under crown of thorn state, defeating an enemy will immediately accumulate 10 mercy, cooldown 0.5 seconds. This is also very good. So either one of those ones you can go for. Future AC Gamer here. So I wanted to clarify something. I will always leave a text for each individual character to better clarify which priority for the newer skill you want to be focusing on. And obviously, if you're going to be building a character for the main damage dealers, then you want to focus on the specific ones, and if you want to build them for the supportive skill, then focus on this neuro skill instead. Now for the chosen one, the one I mentioned for Fanny, it actually is good for her as well, simply because the fire rate, increasing the fire rate also works well for her. So as you can see, it buffs up the entire team, so including herself as well. That will actually make her get more shots off, and it's not only a supportive role for the other allies in your team, but also a supportive role for herself as well. That is it for Fanny, and the next character we're going to be taking a look at is Yao. Now with Yao, you definitely want to do with what I just did here. Maybe you want to actually, let me see. So when scorching sun bullet hits a weak spot, deals additional thermal damage. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's definitely number one. You definitely want to do that. When equipped with a thermal weapon, scorching sun. Yeah, okay, this is also very, very good. So both of them very important, since you will be able to essentially use this standard skill. There's 3 stacks. You can essentially use this a lot more often, so that is actually good. In terms of a neural skill, for the supportive skill, you don't necessarily need to focus on this one early on, simply because if you're using Yao, you're probably aiming to use her as your main damage dealer, so she was always going to be on field. So this supportive skill, not the neural skill, is not going to be your main focus. The supportive skill, don't get me wrong, is very, very good, but with her, you're trying to focus on her being your main damage dealer, so this over here will be useful. But yeah, definitely focus on this ones. There's 2 ones I've done. Those are the ones you want to focus on. So we've got over to Neurotics. This is basically this how it looks like over there. Now the next character we're going to be taking a look at, let's wait, I didn't mean to do that. Go over to whoever we see first. Okay, we go over to Acacia Kaguya. So this is a limited character, and honestly with her, there's 2 options. Are you gonna main her as your main damage dealer? She is a pistol character. Now a lot of people don't like pistol character because of slow fire rate. However, you can switch out the weapon to give her a better fire rate, so you can actually technically use her as your main damage dealer as well. If you are going to use her as your main damage dealer, then focusing on the standard skill, neural skill, is probably going to be the best thing. So Over is upgraded, allowing it to charge up to 3 stacks. This is definitely going to be useful if she is your main damage dealer. You're using her every single time. Yeah, you can definitely work on that one, and then work on the second one as well. However, when I get this character, I will not be using her as my main damage dealer, and what I will be using her for is her supportive skill, and this is where it comes from. This is the neural skill you want to be focusing on if you are using her as your support DPS and crowd control character. So Kengan moon darts can suck nearby targets together. Basically, this is a grouping ability which you absolutely want when you are clearing content with multiple mobs. And then the second one, targets will follow the hits target, so definitely good as well. So those 2 are very, very strong for her. If you're going to use her as your supportive DPS and just using her in the background, this is what you're going to focus on. But if you want to main her as your main damage dealer, this is what you would use. Now in terms of the newer skill, is this also good? Yes, because actually all her newer skills are very, very good. Unlike the other characters where you want to focus on like specific ones, with her, all 3 of them are good depending on what you are. All 6 of them are good depending on what you are currently doing with this character. If you're maining her as your main damage dealer and you're using her ultimate as well, then this could also be good to use, or you can go with this one instead just to increase the amount of stacks you can have. But able to suck in targets is going to be an absolutely amazing crowd control skill, and increase the duration as well by 10 seconds. This is insane. If you're using her ultimate, this is what you want to be upgrading over here. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. Now regarding Frechia, now she is you can actually use her as your main damage dealer. She is she an SMG? I don't think she's an SMG. She's an AR character, which is good. SMG characters kind of lack when it comes to dealing damage against bosses, which kind of sucks. So if you're going to be using Frechia, you're probably using her as your damage dealer. Let me see. Yeah, you're probably using her as your damage dealer because of her ultimate is actually very, very strong. So if you're using her as your main damage dealer, let's see, after using standard skill, yeah, okay, this is actually good. Standard skill applies stun. Okay, wait, there we go, found it. If you're using her as your main DPS as well, you want to be getting the second one over here, which is after using standard skill, the explosion applies stunned effects to targets for 3 seconds. 3 seconds, guys. I know the standard skill unfortunately has a 25-second cooldown, which is kind of long, but this is great. Able to stun, who does not like that? And yeah, that's actually very, very good. Okay, this is actually quite good as well if you're going to use her as a supportive character. Having the fire god protection always on is quite nice for supportive character, making sure your characters don't take too much damage. However, early on, you're not really focusing on trying to tank, you're more focused on dealing damage. So maybe, okay, obviously later on this will be great, but right now you're just trying to deal as much damage as possible. This will not help her deal damage, so I will say no to this, honestly. And you don't really want to use her as your supportive character and using the supportive skills, so I'm just going to say no to that. So I actually recommend the second one for the newest, second one for the standard skill, which is that one, and then for this one, the last one. So the last one, where you're using the ultimate, and you can see when using a thermal weapon, you should always use the recommended weapon for the characters. So if you're using a thermal character, use a thermal weapon. If you're using an electric character and they do electric damage, you definitely want to use an electric weapon as well. So when using a thermal weapon, final damage dealt by Lost in Flames increased by 20%. You want that, guys. You absolutely want that for if you're using the ultimate, and the ultimate is basically a huge beam of light, and it's actually quite good. The only downside is that she's just standing still, which allows her or makes her susceptible to damage. But this is very important that you go ahead and get as well if you're using her ultimate. So you got one here, and then you have this one over here. Those are the two ones you want to focus on at level 40. So level 30, level 40. Actually, I'm gonna leave like a note as I'm talking about these characters, showing you guys at level 30, level 20, sorry, level 30, level 40, which ones you should be focusing on onto the last, or the priority list. That's what I'm going to be doing, actually. I'm just realizing that I should have said that at the start, but whilst editing, I'm going to leave a note for each individual character for priority list. So you probably already seen it since this is going to be edited. So yeah, I'm going to go over the priority list on the notes, but definitely 1, and then the second one be 2, maybe 1, actually. It depends 1, or yeah, depends what you want. And then afterwards, probably this one. Lastly will be your supporter skill over here. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, that is Fletcher. Now moving on to Life. Now, like I said, I love this character, but when she goes against bosses, it sucks for her. They get like this recoil stuff, and it just absolutely sucks for her. So if you're going to be using her, you're probably using her for mob clearing, and she will be your main damage dealer. Actually, let me take a look at the supportive role again. Freezing enemies for 4 seconds. Actually quite good as well. You can actually use her as a supportive character. Now if you're using Leif, the best team, you're probably running her with Leif, a shotgun unit, or maybe a sniper, and then a buffer character. I feel like if I was to get Leif, I would run her alongside Kaguya, Kaguya, whatever, I'm butchering the character's name, I apologize. So I'll probably actually use her as my supportive character. So I think I would probably go with supportive skill first. But if she's your main damage dealer, then it is a lot different. So main damage dealer and then supportive roles, you can then focus on this. So when Leif on other weapons applies frozen effects of targets, additional frostbite effects of this can be okay. This is good with Kaguya. If you're using a character that freezes as well alongside her, this will be good. But this kind of constricts your team. So if you're not using another frost character, then this is an easy skip. The bottom one. Let me see again. So the top one increases the attack range of Wolfang by 50%. That's good. And the duration of frostbite effects 4 to 10 seconds. Frostbite basically freezing targets, which does frost damage every 0.5 seconds. So DOT. Actually, I like that. I think that's good for supportive skill. Definitely number 1. And then going over to the standard skill, Frostwave has a 10% chance to apply freeze to target for 3 seconds. Cannot apply freeze to okay, I like that one as well. That's good. When Breath of Snow is full, increase the final damage. Okay, these two are good. Well, both of them are good. And then we have the top one, very, very good. And then for ultimate, I think the ultimate is actually quite good, but the energy cost is kind of high. But it's a great AoE clearing stuff. So let me see. Increases duration of Eternal Blizzard. Definitely. Okay. Yeah, okay, the top one. If you're using her for her ultimate skill, then Internal Blizzard is going to be your main thing to go for. If a target is frozen by Cyber incident, nah, not really. That's fine, that's cool. It's good, but like only 5% of max HP. Nah. So this is good, and these two are good. So that is it for Leif, whatever. And then for the last character, we have Marion. I actually don't know too much about this character, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, if you're gonna use Marion as your main damage dealer, then I think the ultimate is definitely worth investing in terms of the neural stuff. So the first one over here, after using Wounded Bird, cloud shot and shot ignores 20% of target's defense for 10 seconds. That is amazing. Now her cooldown is only 30 seconds and the energy cost is only 60, as well as the wounded bird also recovers the magazine. That's actually very strong as well. So both of this neural skill or neurotic skill are very good. That is if you're using her for the ultimates. So that is it for the characters, the 5-star characters, going over the neurotics and which ones are important. I might make a specific one. This is just like generalization, going over like which ones are good, which ones are not main priority and all of that stuff. But I might make a separate video for each individual character, going into more detail, talking about why each one might not be good and actually going over the proper priority. I said I would do that for this video. I might do that for some of the characters that are easier to understand. Obviously it is important to note whether you're using the character for supportive role or your main damage dealer. And main damage dealers are like her. She'll be your main damage dealer role. Who else? You can use her as your main damage dealer as well. You can also use her as your main damage dealer. You can use her as your main damage dealer, but I think supportive role might be just better for her, simply because like I said, SMG falls off when you're going against bosses, so it kind of sucks for her. And for her, you can use her as your main damage dealer as well, but they also have like good supportive skill that is worth noting. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about in today's video. Stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. Tell me down in the comment section if you found this video enjoyable and helpful. If you want me to make a specific video regarding a specific character and their neurotic skill, then tell me down in the comment section. Let's get to 50 likes in today's video. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.